Jacksonville, Florida, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars, miles and miles of beaches, and distraction after distraction. That was the scene for last week's That Day road trip. Dr. Tammy McClafferty with LifeWork First Coast actually invited Seasons of Life Ministries down to Jacksonville, Florida to present that day at the 2019 kickoff of the LifeWork First Coast Leadership Journey. LifeWork Leadership is actually a program that pours into kingdom-minded business leaders with a very specific intention in mind. And I want to introduce you to Dr. Tammy McClafferty with her own words as to what that intention is.
LifeWork is an 8-month journey where we help you be a better leader with the purpose of transforming your city. And I think that's the difference, is you'll go through a lot of leadership development, and they're good. I mean, they're pouring into you as a leader. But I think what makes LifeWork so different is there is an action to the end of it.
Because these folks are influencers intent on transforming their city, each one of the people that I met pretty much had a big red target on their back that the enemy wanted to fire darts at and knock them off track of their mission, their purpose, and their calling. Because of your financial support, your prayer support, and your help, you were able to help us bring that day to them and do something really neat. It helped to expose to them where they were off track of that mission and how to get back on track, to spot some of their greatest regrets, where they were able to write this down in the middle of the show. What was your greatest regret? And bring it to the cross. And by the end of the show, they were able to see it stamped with a big red stamp that said forgiven, and they could understand and reframe things, not only from where they were at, but where they wanted to be long term, not just next quarter or next year, but long term in terms of coming before Christ and accounting for their life. It was an amazing event for them. I could tell that it was both emotional and very, very practical. I could tell it was emotional because I could see the look on their faces the entire performance, but it was very practical because I could see them scratching notes furiously throughout the entire performance, and we had an opportunity to catch up with them. In fact, Presley and Jovi were able to capture some of their reactions on video, and I want to give you an opportunity to hear from some of them, from their words, saying what surprised them about that day, what about that day transformed them, how it moved them, and how you, because of what you did in helping us bring that day to other audiences in other parts of the country, what you have done in your support has helped them to do in their life and will help them to do in transforming their city and the people around them.
I think how emotionally involved I was and the impact it had. Just you attach your life to it and kind of create this vision of where he's going with the story and how it connects to yours. It was just very impactful.
What surprised me about the show is how captivating he was as a speaker and his ability to go from person to person, from from event to event.
Probably the biggest surprise was that the way that Aaron moved so quickly into it. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Everyone stood up. I didn't realize it had even started.
I barely blinked the entire time because I did not want to miss one word.
With intentionality, with purpose, with tenacity, and with conviction most of all.
Being more cognizant of the fact that every day counts, every minute counts, every person counts, every interaction I have with people matters. And I have a choice every time I meet someone to pursue God's will for my life or not.
I already made a list of things that I would do differently.
Hopefully tomorrow, when I wake up in the morning, the last thing I'll do is get ready for work. And the first thing I'll do is pray, whereas most days it's the other way around.
Now, in addition to that private performance we did on Thursday, some of you actually helped us to mount a public performance at the University of North Florida. And we didn't know, because it was so last minute, if there were going to be 3 people or 50 people there. But the bottom line is, by the end of the night on a busy Saturday, there were over 30 people in the room that had come to see that day. And what's really neat about these people is many of them had come to see Thursday's performance and invited their spouse, their children, even their grandchildren. In short, what you helped us to do was to make a multi-generational impact in the city of Jacksonville, Florida.
I will pray more. I will pray more, and I will seek God's direction in a deeper way.
I will definitely think about not trying to brush people off quickly or just be like, oh, like, you're getting in my way. Just kind of take time and think, like, how is that going to affect their day? I saw that I take a lot of things for granted and don't spend enough time focusing on the good things in life, like other people, and appreciating what we have.
Am I serving the Lord, or am I serving myself? I mean, my selfish nature, or am I out helping people, extending myself, going beyond, and hopefully within the will of God and where He's directing me and guiding me?
Because of you, I will rethink the way I go about my daily life.
Because of that day, people who know me will receive a better person inside and out.
Because of you, I have a new way to look at my faith.
Thank you for bringing us that day, because it reminded me on how I want to model my life for my children.
Thank you for bringing us that day, because it made a personal impact on my life, and I look forward to sharing it with others.
Because of that day, people who encounter me will hopefully see more of the Lord and less of me.
Live every day with that day in mind.
Live every day with that day in mind.
Live every day with that day in mind.
So there it is. You're almost completely in the loop. You know what has happened, but now we can tell you what's about to happen. On Saturday, November 16th, the next That Day show comes up. It's going to be at Cornerstone Christian Church in Dawsonville, Georgia, 7:05 p.m. on a Saturday night. We're super excited about this dessert and decaf event. We've got some great folks on the ground doing everything they can to make this happen. But we want to ask you one huge favor. Because this is a free event, we will do a love offering, but because it's a free event, we really want to help the volunteers to get this right. Please, 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 RSVP to this event. Why? Because it's a dessert and decaf event, and we want to make sure that our volunteers aren't stuck without enough coffee cups, enough coffee stirrers, and enough dessert. So please help the volunteers by going to the link you see at the end of this video. Go to thatday.info and click on the RSVP link. Whatever you got to do, we're going to put this link everywhere. Get to that link and RSVP. If you're bringing a group, if you're bringing a couple of friends, or you're just showing up by yourself, please help the volunteers. Cool? Okay. Second thing, everybody that sees That Day has complained to us, when are you going to get this story to my church, my organization, my fill in the blank? We finally, after months and months of hard work and video and effort, have finally put together a video called the That Day Leader Pack video. And this is a video tool that's designed for you to get in front of the ministry leader in your life. Pastor, ministry executive, deacon, elder, whoever it is that has enough influence and desire to bring that day to their organization or their event. Get this video in front of their eyeballs so that they can begin the process of praying and thinking and working out getting that day to their church or organization. The great news about this video is it's going to premiere tonight on our YouTube channel, Thursday, October 24th at 6:30 p.m. So go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/seasonsoflifemen. I know YouTube has a limit of characters, so we can't do ministries, but youtube.com/seasonsoflifemen, or click on the link. We're going to have the link everywhere. Get the link on there. And at 6:30 tonight, you can watch the world premiere of the That Day Leader Pack video, and get this video in front of everybody you can. Get it on their phone, get it texted to them, get it in their Instagram, however you got to get it to them. Get them in their inbox so that they can see this video and begin to get this story in front of their people so that we can help them live every day with that day in mind. With your help, it's all possible. We can help people see clearly, choose wisely, and act boldly under the Lordship of Christ, even in the face of distraction. Thanks so much for all that you do. Grace and peace.